I feel funny. Is this real life?
Yes, this is real life.
I feel crazy. The world is spinning around me.
Don't touch your stitches, Justin. Bieber, don't touch your stitches.
What's happening?
No. Bieber, stop.
You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers. I have 3 fingers. Is this gonna last forever?
Just stop it.
Look around. I mean, the pain that's, so much pain. And, that's why my story, that's why I'm not afraid. I want to talk about without forcing that into people's, I never want to be someone that's trying to persuade anyone to believe in what I believe. I think God.
I'm telling you, situations cannot get any weirder than this. I don't know what to tell you. Sit back and react with your boy as we go ahead and dive into this Candace Owens exposing Diddy and Bieber relationship. So let's see how this is about to play out. Listen, if you like reactions like this, consider hitting that like button. Definitely subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell. Let's see how this is about to play out. Let me stop wasting your time. Shout out to Candace Owens. Make sure you go to her channel and show her some love too. Let's go.
Been long suspected since it happened, since she died in, I would say, rather mysterious circumstances, that Diddy had something to do with the death of his ex-partner and the mother to his children, a woman named Kim Porter. Now, what happened was she mysteriously died of pneumonia at the age of 47. Not the typical way that a 47-year-old goes out, especially just when they are about to publish a tell-all book on their very famous ex, Diddy. But that's what happened to Kim. She died of pneumonia at the age of 47 years old. Well, guess what? It was just announced yesterday that Kim Porter's book is being published. It's a 60-page book entitled Kim's Lost Words.
You know, this book right here is going to spark up a lot of controversy. I'm sure there's plenty of people who want to stop this book from coming out. They don't want their names to be in here. Or should I say, they don't want their names being mentioned with anything that got to do with Diddy at this point. That's a sad situation, but listen, that's the life you lived. You was there. Own it. You understand what I mean? Accountability.
Claims to be a collection of the diaries of Kim Porter, the mother of Diddy's children, and it was leaked by her friends. In the book, Porter allegedly recounts discovering and making copies of the tapes that Diddy made of himself having with young boys that he was managing, including an alleged tape involving an 18-year-old pop star who went on to become a household name.
You said Justin Bieber, and I have to ask you because there's a picture circulating online where they show
He's
Justin.
the new Tevin Campbell.
Yeah, they show him crying. You're almost giving him a gateway to speak his truth of what happened to.
I wish Tevin Campbell would speak to him or for him. Because the same thing that they did to him, they're doing to Bieber right now. And I have evidence. That poor kid. And all because he got discovered by Usher. And then Usher took him right over there to the diddler. And let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll.
The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake.
We should all know who that is right now, right? There's no game playing right here. At this point, we should all know who she's talking about right now, or should I say, what the book is mentioning in regards to who they're referencing to, huh? That has to be Justin Bieber, allegedly, right?
It's getting very interesting. And what has come on the heels of this is people unearthing videos of Justin Bieber at Diddy parties. Now, Justin Bieber was obviously extremely young when he entered the industry, extremely innocent when he entered the industry, an industry that he did not quite understand as a boy who just knew how to sing and play the guitar and just did both of those things on YouTube.
Oh, he's bad boy now. Signing the bad boy. Here's your icon alert. It's called, he's...
Then he was scooped up, and suddenly he was a part of people like Diddy going after him and saying, hey, man, why don't you pick up my phone calls? There's actually a video of that. Diddy and Justin Bieber looks to be like 15 years old.
Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know. That relationship right here was one of the weirdest ones I've ever seen in my entire life. I always question this right here. I don't know what type of relationship they really had, but allegedly it was a little bit suspect.
Yeah.
And the next thing we know, Justin is at Diddy's parties. And in this one video, it looks like whatever Justin is doing, and I'm not going to show it out of just respect for the fact that I truly believe that Justin Bieber is a victim. But whatever he is doing in this video with Trey Songz and Odell Beckham Jr. looks highly suspicious. I can show you a still from that video because I think the relevant part is Justin Bieber is not sober. He is clearly very heavily under the influence at this party. And if you remember that lawsuit that the producer Rodney dropped against Diddy, he said that unbeknownst to all of these people, they were being drugged. And once they're drugged, they do very vulnerable things. It has long been suspected that the person that people are now putting the dots together in Kim Porter's allegations that Diddy had under his thumb was Justin Bieber, and that he may have done some inappropriate things with him. And what I will say is that this very much fits the narrative. We saw tons of videos of Justin Bieber. When he got together with Hailey, he was crying a lot outside of churches. He was finding his way back to God, but he was having a lot of emotional breakdowns.
Yo, this is insane right here. I can't even fathom any of this right here. There is no way that I'm allowing a grown man or anybody in general to manipulate me the way Bieber was manipulated. There's no way. And listen, at some point you have a choice. At some point, you gotta say no. Like, really, you're supposed to do that at the initial startup. You know what I'm saying? But I guess some people like to trade, morals and all of that goes out the door when it comes to money. So for them, it's an even trade. For people like you and me, nah, we're not with that right there. That is not happening. What is wrong with the parents? That's what I want to know. Why are parents dropping these children off with the celebrities and just letting them be? Like, you're letting your child, who's not an adult, to hang out with an adult, sleep at the adult's house without you being there? Nah, the parents is the biggest part of the issue right here. If y'all don't see that, then you're an issue as well.
And what I sensed from those public emotional breakdowns, and only public obviously because the press was following him, was that he was coming to terms with the fact that he had been engaged in darkness unwillingly. And Justin Bieber probably has a lot of shame about that. He probably feels shame, first and foremost, as a man, as a husband, and as someone who has successfully created a new life for himself with his wife, Hailey Bieber. And so what I want to say to Justin Bieber and to everybody that's following the situation is that Justin Bieber is a victim. I was horrified when I saw this, not because of the idea that Justin Bieber would be engaged in these sorts of things at these parties, but because I understood that this was a kid who was intentionally targeted by Diddy, as the videos show, told that he wants to party with him. He makes it clear that Diddy is trying to contact him through people. And then he finally subjects himself and agrees to give his number. And then we saw an entirely different Justin Bieber. We saw Justin Bieber who was always wearing sunglasses, who was partying, who was very obviously involved in drugs. He spoke at length about his addiction. And Justin Bieber didn't do that to himself.
So I was studying some of Usher's interviews where he talks about P. Diddy, and you can clearly tell how uncomfortable he is when he's asked about the relationship or things that may have happened.
L.A. Reid sent you to New York and you live with P. Diddy. They call it Flavor Camp.
Flavor Camp, yeah.
So what was that experience like, and how did that help Usher's career?
I don't think I would be the artist that I am today without the experiences that I had in New York City. One, just being in a new place where I would have to adjust, right? I didn't have the comfort of home. And it was hard. There were a lot of things I seen and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be. And being 13, having that type of exposure, it was cool to go to Howard Homecoming with Puff. But these are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be. Most kids will be excited about it. Most kids are trying to figure out, how to be around, hot girls, pretty girls. I'm around grown women and I'm seeing them do things and have experiences that I'm not quite ready for.
Like I said, Justin Bieber was, in my view, a child victim. And as these videos are circulating on the internet, I want to make sure people remember that and give him the grace as someone who has somehow survived this, turned to family, turned to faith, and is still very much struggling with all of this. For people to give him the grace and the courage and the prayers to hopefully one day find within himself the strength to speak out.
Hey, listen, man. My deepest sympathy go to Justin Bieber, but my boy, you need to just, at this point, everyone know what happened. Just come out and speak about it. You understand what I'm saying? Like she said, you was a victim. This is what I gotta say. Anybody out here that is doing what they did to Justin Bieber, I'm sure it's still happening today. That doesn't stop. You understand what I mean? The evil is still out here. And if anything, it's just more sophisticated, rebranded, repackaged. But it's still going on. And with that being said, listen, if you're a parent and you have a child that could possibly be a star, make sure you're involved in every step of the way. You understand what I mean? Do not let your child sleep over their house. You could take them there, chill there with them, and leave with them. You leaving them there with a whole adult that you don't know what they're capable of, it says a lot about you. You understand? I mean, do you want this fame and stardom for your kid, or is this all about you? You understand what I mean? If you're willing to compromise morality, I mean, I don't know what to say, man. There's a problem with that right there. Make sure you go in the comments, run it up, flood it up. Let me know your thoughts on all this right here. And man, listen, my heart goes out to him. He was a child when that happened. His parents were supposed to be like, nah, yo, what are you doing? And why no one questioned it or brought it up to the authorities back then? I guess, like I said, some people trade and, they compromise morals for money. It's a sad thing. See you guys in the next one. Don't forget, if you got any suggestions, make sure you hit me up on Instagram or X, formerly known as Twitter. See you in the next one.